Linsanity was one of those times as a sports fan where if you're old enough to remember, then you remember. It was Shohei Ohtani mashing homers and striking out hitters as a two-way rookie in 2018. It was Patrick Mahomes carving through defenses with no-look passes as a first-year starter, also in 2018. But at least with Ohtani or Mahomes, they entered the league with high expectations. And you might be tempted to compare Jeremy Lin's sensational rise in the early weeks of 2012 to ex-Yankee slugger Kevin Moss or former Browns running back Peyton Hillis, but those comparisons don't apply either. Moss was a top prospect, and Hillis had at least been selected in the 2008 NFL Draft, 2 years before he took the league by storm and earned the Madden cover. Lin? Outside of California and Harvard, seemingly no one knew about Lin before his 25-point breakout game against the then New Jersey Nets in February 2012. He'd gone undrafted the year before, spent some time with the pre-dynasty Golden State Warriors, and was seemingly on the outs of an NBA career. But then came that breakout game. And then came more 20-point nights, a 38-point outburst against Kobe Bryant and the Lakers on ESPN, and a thrilling game winner against the Toronto Raptors. In the early years of Twitter becoming the home for viral videos and superstars, Lin was a trending topic on social media and television daily. But fame has a price, and although Linsanity launched its namesake to worldwide fame, things were far more grim for Lin than we fans might have guessed at the time. Some NBA teams are lucky to have one star. The 2011-12 Knicks had two, Amari Stoudemire and Carmelo Anthony. Now, certain teams belong to those one or two stars, and when there's a change in the dynamic, problems can arise. Mike D'Antoni, the Knicks head coach during Linsanity, said the Knicks had that exact scenario during a 2016 interview with The Vertical. The problem that we had was that for Jeremy to be really good, which he was, he had to play a certain way, D'Antoni said, adding it was hard for him to adapt. Now, if D'Antoni got his way, Anthony, a small forward, would have played power forward, and Stoudemire would have backed up Tyson Chandler at center. Neither player wanted to do so, and D'Antoni stepped down midway through the lockout-shortened 2011-12 season. In that same interview, D'Antoni confirmed some players, including Anthony, resented Lin for his sudden rise to fame. Now, earlier in 2016, Stoudemire called Lin a great teammate, but said he didn't believe others on the 2011-12 Knicks wanted to enjoy Lin's success. Quote, "You got to enjoy that," Stoudemire said. "You got to let that player enjoy himself and cherish those moments. He was becoming a star, and I don't think everybody was pleased with that." Things hadn't been easy for Lin before Linsanity. In the 2022 documentary 38 at the Garden, Lin revealed he slept on couches during his time with the Knicks and even had trouble convincing security guards that, yes, he played for the team. And then overnight, the entire world knew about Lin. And apparently, Carmelo Anthony didn't really like that shift in balance. Now, speaking of 38 at the Garden, neither D'Antoni nor Anthony participated in the documentary. Only two members of the 2011-12 Knicks, center Tyson Chandler and guard Iman Shumpert, were interviewed. Why that is and why more members of the team weren't featured remains unknown. So anyway, Linsanity ended in March 2012 and the basketball world eventually moved on. Lin missed the end of the season with a knee injury before signing with the Houston Rockets in free agency that summer. Assuming we've seen the last of Lin in the NBA, he earned over $65 million and won the 2019 finals while with the Toronto Raptors. Not bad for an undrafted rookie from the Ivy League. Basketball fans have been asking for over a decade now what might have happened if Lin and Anthony and Stoudemire and even D'Antoni had gotten the chance to run it together for a full season, but the more you read about this and the more you hear about it, maybe it was best for everybody that they all went their separate ways. Except for Knicks fans, but they're never going to have a chance to truly be happy. Here on Legacy Library, these are the chapters in sports we're committed to exploring. If you have any forgotten or little-known sports stories you believe we should cover, make sure to leave a comment or shoot us an email. You can find our email address in the movie description. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and please stay tuned for more.